Hi guys, welcome back to Casually Crafted. My name is Ashley and this is Crafty Chat number 10. So to start, I want to welcome all my new subscribers. I guess I'll do a little quick intro of me in case you haven't watched my introduction video. Like I said, my name is Ashley. I am a stay-at-home mom of two girls. I have a 6-year-old, she'll be 7 in a few months, and a 3-year-old. My husband is a PE teacher, and we just moved to Wyoming this last September from the Oregon coast. And this channel is all about mostly crochet, but also other random crafts that I like to do. So I'm going to start with my finished objects today. First, I have a baby blanket that I was working on for my cousin. I'll show you the whole thing. So this is made with Land Brand Shawl and a Cake. The color is Half Moon, and the pattern is like Beautiful Shells Blanket in One Color or something like that by Jonna Martinez. I'll put the link in the description box below. And I used an H-hook. I used about 2 cakes for this. I had a little bit left over, but I didn't think it would be enough since it's a 2-row repeat. I didn't think it'd be enough to go around twice to get that second row ending in the shell instead of in the like V-stitch part. So there's that. I'm excited it's done. So I think it turned out pretty nice. Alright, my second finished object is I made a divine hat for Hat Not Hate. My goal was to do, I didn't really have a real goal, but I decided I wanted to make 5. So I've made 3, so I need to make 2 more. So this is 4. This is just the divine hat, and then this yarn is a Mary Maxim maximum value yarn, I think, that I got in a mystery box from them. It's like their denim variegated, something like that. So there's that. My next finished objects are a bunch of zipper pouches that I made. So backstory, I guess. Last year, towards the beginning of the year, I decided I might try to sell some things at a craft fair in the fall. And I had made a zipper pouch before, and I thought that would be like a quick, easy thing that I could make a bunch of. So I started just experimenting with different stitches, trying to decide which ones I liked best that I could just make a bunch. So I started working on that, and then we ended up moving, so I didn't finish them. But when Rose from Rose Likes Crochet mentioned for her wings charity that she's doing that they might need pencil pouches for the school children, I decided to go ahead and finish what I had started. So all of these, the base of the bag or pouch was already made. I just needed to add the zipper. And I couldn't tell you some of these stitches, but here's this first one. It's made with like a variegated pink and then a just plain pink, and I kind of striped it, but that's the first one. Like I said, I don't know which stitch this one is. Some of them I do know, but I didn't write it down or anything. This one, and they're all different sizes. Since I was experimenting with the stitches, some turned out way bigger than I thought. Others were smaller. So that one was a smaller one. This one's a longer one. This one, I believe, is like a half double crochet cluster that I learned from Daisy Farm Crafts. Or Daisy Farm Crochet. I don't remember the name of her channel. But yeah, there's that one. This next one, I'm pretty sure was a Creative Grandma tutorial. And I didn't love sewing on all the ends for ones like this, so I was avoiding that, I decided. This one's just the moss stitch. And this one is just bobble stitches. And I did make sure, even though some are smaller, that they all fit a standard size pencil. And I thought I'd put zippers in all of them, but I just found one more that didn't have a zipper in it yet, so I need to finish that one. And then while I was making these, I thought it would be fun to have a pencil pouch shaped like a pencil or colored like a pencil. So I made this one up. It's kind of wonky, and I'm going to try other ways of making some. I have more yellow zippers I want to do. So here it is. So for this one, I followed a tutorial on how to, you start by crocheting into the zipper and then you go around and around and around. And I've made some like that before. This time, since I knew this part would be kind of weird, I just went one way around the zipper and then back and forth. The pink part was just half double crochets. The yellow I did half double crochet in the back loop to get the ridges. And then I did the yellow and the pink until I got it big enough. And then I turned it and added the tan and the black. So like I said, it's kind of wonky. I was just experimenting with it. Not sure if I'll send it or not, but it's still kind of cute. Like the zipper I didn't add very well, so it's got all these bumps. But yeah, so there's that. And then my last finished objects are some scrubbies that I made. So in my last video I talked about my grandma requested some green scrubbies, and the Hobby Lobby we were at didn't have the Scrub It yarn in green, so we got some in white and then the extra in a green to kind of hold them together. So I made 3 different ones, and then I wasn't sure which one she would like best, so I ended up making some for me in the colors that I bought, so that I could try them out. So here are hers. This one is a Creative Grandma, so I added the green on this side and just left this side white. So that's a Creative Grandma one. And then the one I made with the same pattern is this pink and white. This was the last of the white that I had in one skein. That's why I added the pink. So apparently this one, as I was using it, the end started coming out. And then I just left it when I threw it in the washing machine. So it is tight enough in there that it didn't come out, but I do either need to weave those back in or just cut them off. So that's something I need to work on. The second scrubby, I don't remember off the top of my head who did this tutorial, but I will put the link below. This one is made like you start here and then you go bigger and then you start decreasing into the middle. So like again, I did green on one side and then just the white on the other side. And then my version, this one's been used and washed, and I didn't add any of the extra stuff on this one. And this color was just extra from some that I made for my mom last year. And then the final version, this is a Bag O' Day pattern, and she has 2, I think, well at least 2 patterns for scrubbies out of this yarn. And I made one for my mom last year, and I didn't love how big it was. I kind of have small hands, so I decided to try this little flower one. So I added the green in the middle and then left off the green for the petals. And then mine, I did white and pink. So yeah, so I tried out all of mine to see which ones I would like better, and I like all of them for different reasons. The flower one works really good for getting into like the kid-size cups and getting the bottoms done. This one's a little more sponge-like, and then this one is a little stiffer for like plates and flat things. So it kind of depends on what you want. So I'm not sure if I'm going to make more of each for my grandma. I haven't decided what I'm going to do there, but I got all those done. Okay, so that's all my finished objects, I believe. So on to whips. I decided I'm going to try not to show you guys too many whips that aren't, unless I have something like actually to talk about. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, here it is, and I haven't made much progress, but here it is anyway. So I'm going to try not to do that to make the videos not go too long. But this one is half of the seafoam cardigan that I was making for my mom. And I started the second panel. And last time I tried to show you guys this, that I started it and I completely blanked out what I wanted to talk about. And then I remembered after the video was done. But anyway, this is, I'll show you the yarn. This is the yarn that we got from Joann's for $1.50 a skein. I did get 6 of these, and I broke into the third one to finish the first panel. So I believe I have enough, since I didn't use, this is the third one and I've already started the second panel. But what I wanted to talk about was that this pattern starts with the foundation double crochet, which I've never done before. So when I had to start the second panel, I had to go back and watch the tutorial again to figure out how to do it. And then at the ends, instead of chaining 2 or 3, you do the chainless starting double crochet or whatever that's called. So both of those are still a little awkward for me, I guess, but it's working, I guess. So it's nice to actually learn something, but at the same time, the rest of the pattern is so quick and easy that I don't feel like I'm not struggling. So like I said, this is for my mom for her birthday, and this isn't blocked, and I don't know if I'm going to. Like I said, she's a little bit bigger than me, and if this is half, I'm short, then I think even if I don't block it, it should be okay. But we'll see once I make the second panel if I decide to block it or not. Alright, so my next work in progress, I just started this today actually, is the bag that I talked about last time, made out of a placemat from, dropping things, from Walmart. So here's the placemat, and I'm using Caron 1 pound and soft sage. They go together. So far all I've done is started the edging, like attaching the yarn to the edge of the placemat. So what I did was, so the very edge of it was like 2 layers of placemat, and that was kind of thick. So I went into like the first, after the first little thing, I guess. See how it's like little stripes? So I went in after the first like border one, I went into there. So I just took a Sharpie and a ruler and marked 1/4 inch all the way around, and then in each spot I just did a single crochet and then chain 1 and then single crochet. And that's the same way you add the attached to the zipper that I was talking about earlier. That's how she explains attaching yarn to the zipper. And then when you do your first round of single crochets, which is here, you do those in the chain 1 spaces. And there was a few spots that I apparently didn't chain 1, so I had to go into the actual single crochet space to make it work. I started this while my girls were in the shower, so I must have gotten a little distracted a few times. So at this point, I haven't decided the exact stitches I'm going to use. I kind of want to do maybe just a few different stitches and just change it up a little bit. I'll probably just make it up as I go. But I did just start with a single crochet all the way around after the attached row. That way I have a good base to start with. And I'm hoping, since I'm not increasing on any of these, that it'll start going more up instead of out. So right now it just looks like I added a 1/4 inch on the edge, but since it's going to be a bag, I want it to go up. So hopefully that works out. And it says this is 15 inches in diameter, so it's kind of large. I might decide to try to decrease a little as I go up. We'll see. All right. Oh, one more work in progress. I knew I had one more. I am really good at starting projects that are for like a holiday and then getting lots of work done and then just forgetting about it until after the holiday's over. Luckily, I leave my 4th of July decorations out pretty much all summer, so it's not a big deal. But last week I showed you the start of my my map. That's red, white, and blue. So tonight, while I was waiting for my children to fall all the way asleep before I could start this video, I started crocheting around the edges of the stakes. So I just have the red ones done, and I haven't snipped my strings yet because I didn't backstitch on any of these because I don't want like the bulkiness of it. So I think I might take a needle and like pull the strings to the back and either glue them or tie them so that they don't come undone. Hawaii down here was kind of a pain since they're so small. But yes, that's how it looks so far. And when I'm all done, I'll put that back on the cardboard and straighten it all out. So there's that. So I do have a few acquisitions, like very little. I went to Joann's because they were supposedly having a clearance sale up to like 90% off of things. And yes, they do have clearance, but my Joann's isn't like that amazing. And maybe I should have gone the first day, but there was lots of things that they only had 1 or 2 things of, and you can't do much with one thing of yarn of one color. They did have a lot of Lion brand cupcakes, and the ones that weren't clearance were half off. But I struggled with those because as I was looking at them, any colors that I liked, they all had some either like gray or tan, brownish color thrown into the mix of like bright pink and bright orange. And I wasn't liking that. It just wasn't working for me. So I didn't get any of that. The only thing I got there was a Lion brand Ferris wheel. And I have worked with this before. I made my grandpa and my dad neck warmers out of the blue color and the like brownish color. This one is evergreen, and it's a 4-weight, 270 yards, and it's really soft. It's a little fuzzier than I usually like to work with. I tend to like yarns that have more stitch definition and not as fuzzy, and I have no idea what I'm going to make with it. But it is really soft and I do like it. It was marked at $3.97 and then it rang up at $2.47. So I was almost tempted to go back and get other colors. They had like the cotton candy color, which has the purplishes and blues in there. But not knowing what I wanted to do with them, I didn't want to go crazy. My husband said this would make a nice fish project of some sort, like a pillow or something. So who knows what that'll be. So I got 2 of those. And then at Walmart, I had been thinking about getting this. This is Lion brand Summer Nights. And it's a superfine number 1, 437 yards. And this is the color Treasure Island. And I wanted this because it kind of really matches my placemat. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry for the shadows. Now, obviously, I'm not going to make a whole bag with this. But I want to hold some of the rows that I do. I want to hold together this to make the sparkly and the variegated with the Karen jumbo, or 1 pound, sorry. So yeah, so some rows will have this one, some won't. So we'll see how that turns out. Yeah, I think that is everything going on right now. As soon as, oh, my skirt, that's the last thing. I didn't bring it down because I finished the crochet part, but I really need to sew the lining. And once that's done, I will get to show that to you. I am not a huge fan of sewing, even though I just showed you a sewing project. It's not my favorite thing to do. I'm not super good at it. But it needs to be done. So that's my main thing I need to finish, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I do want to make more of those pencil pouches, which will be my small I like to have like a small project and then some big projects. So I still have obviously the bag and the cardigan to work on. I need to make one more hat for Hat Not Hate. I'll work on my pencil pouches, and then I might start on my campfire cardigan. I think I say that almost every time, but I really want to get that started so I can maybe wear it in the fall. And yeah, if I get ambitious, I might start a tree skirt for Christmas. I have yarn that I bought last year for it, so, and some ideas, but I'd have to, it's also a thing that I'm making up, and sometimes those go kind of slow for me if I don't have a pattern to follow, but I haven't found a pattern that I really love for a tree skirt, so I'm just gonna have to do that myself. But anyway, I will talk to you guys next time, and hopefully it won't be 2.5, 3 weeks this time. The summer's been a little crazy, even though we're not doing anything. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for all my new subscribers, and I will talk to you later. Bye.